We are now live.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Griffin, Chair, and I would like to welcome you to the April 18th, 2024 African American Heritage Commission virtual meeting. We are now calling our meeting to order. The City County African American Heritage Commission consists of 9 members. 3 of those members are appointed by the Asheville City Council, 3 appointed by Buncombe County Board of Commissioners, and 3 appointed by 6 appointed members. The commission is to advise the City Council and County Commissioners about the preservation, interpretation, and promotion of African American arts, history, and culture. All committee members and staff are participating virtually. We are streaming live on our virtual engagement hub, which is accessible through the virtual engagement hub link on the front page of the city website and also linked on the committee page. We also have an option for the public to listen live by phone by dialing 855-925-2801 and entering meeting code 9409. For those of you who plan to speak during our live public comment today, you will need to hit *3 to be put in a speaker queue. I will now go through and introduce all committee members and staff who are participating virtually. For our committee members, please make sure to mute your microphone if you're not speaking. When you have a question or would like to speak, click raise hand, and when recognized by the chair, unmute your microphone. Please remember to mute your phone after you are done speaking. Committee members, as I call your name, please say a quick hello. Michael Hayes.
Hello, everyone.
Tiffany Devereaux.
Hello.
And hello, everyone. I'm Aaron Griffin, Chair. I think that's it that we have here. So staff, Salah, Manaya Merritt.
All right. Hello, everyone.
Director of Equity and Inclusion, City of Asheville. Leonard Jones, Community Engagement Specialist, Buncombe County.
Good afternoon.
Sandra Kilgore, City County Liaison, Vice Mayor.
Good afternoon, everyone.
To help our audience follow along, I'll state each section of the agenda aloud. Again, I ask committee members to click raise hand and be recognized to speak. Please state your name each time you comment. Just a reminder that the public is listening on the phone, and this keeps them up to date on the order of the meeting and who is commenting or speaking. First on the list, we have we don't have quorum. So I'm gonna go to number 2. Let's do some staff updates. First, we have City Staff Liaison, Solomon.
Manaya.
I was looking at Mr. Hayes. It threw me off. Salam Manaya, man.
And you had it so well. You came on to the meeting and you was like Manaya.
Yeah,
That's what Manaya. All right. That's all right. We're gonna get it right. Practice makes perfect. Well, again, Salam Manaya Merritt, City Liaison. The updates I have is that our next reparations meeting will be taking place on Monday, April 22nd from 6 to 8 at the Harris Civic Center. We also have the Jamboree coming up, which is a community engagement effort for the Reparations Commission, which is taking place on Saturday, April 27th, and that will be held at Pack Square from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. And those are all the updates I have at this time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. So the Jamboree is this Saturday.
And the 27th.
That's what I was going to say. So it's not this Saturday coming, it's next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to get okay.
Next we have County Staff Liaison, Leonard Jones.
And this afternoon, I actually have no new updates to give. Again, it was from our previous meeting we had. There is the One Book, One Bunkum discussion with the author with the violin conspiracy. Again, yes, it's also on that Saturday, April the 27th, but that's my latest update that I have from the county. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. Next, we have City Council Liaison update. Sandra Kilgore.
Okay. Of course, I'm like Leonard. There's not a whole lot going on. We've actually been working on the city budget. And of course, with the city budget, you know, you always have more things than you have money. So it's quite challenging, I must say, you know, and of course, we try to do the best we can with the resources we have. And we realize a lot of people basically feel that we're not addressing some of their needs, but unfortunately, that's what a budget is about, you know, trying to prioritize, you know, what the community needs as a whole to make sure it's sustainable. So, and that being said, I also want to say that we have a council meeting coming up, which will be Tuesday, and it's going to be at Harris, Cherokee, and it's going to start at 4 p.m. And the reason we actually were having it there originally was because we had so many public hearings that we were going to do and wanted to make sure we could accommodate all the people. However, at this moment, a couple of those have been actually placed on the June 11th agenda, and it will be the, I think it's a 767 Hall Creek development. That one has been moved on to June 11th. And then we have another one. Basically, we were doing a public, I think it was a public hearing to consider rezoning actually an update, I'm sorry, not rezoning. We were doing an update to the uniform development ordinance. And that too has been delayed until June 11th. But one thing we do have, I don't know if many of you are familiar with the bid that we're actually be doing a hearing on. The bid is a business in the business investment district, business improvement district, I'm sorry. And basically it's, for those of you who are not familiar with it, it's basically to check with the hearing, to check with the public. And we want to introduce them to the business improvement district, which will actually improve overall services for downtown. So that's going to be an interesting conversation, and we would like those of you who would like to hear more to come out and join the conversation. And that being said, thank you very much, and that's my update.
Thank you very much. We have, Ms. Devilo.
Thank you. And thank you, Vice Mayor Kilgore, for bringing that up. I just had a question around, so I was just wondering, has there been consideration of the concerns from community around the bid project? And has there been any conversation just around, I know there's going to be some, so the concern was that community members and some community-based organizations felt like, you know, there's more to what's being said around the bid, and that you'll be bringing people in or hiring individuals. And I think one question around that is, would those individuals be local community members? And there's a concern that you'll be hiring people in to you know, keep the area clean and things like that. But then there's no consideration of, it's all around pay increase.
Yeah, and the thing is, what it actually is, bid is actually something that, you know, like I said, the community taxes will be affected, and those in the area, in the Asheville area. So, and as far as the situation of working out all the particulars, that's what we're doing now, is working out all the particulars. And that's the reason why we do encourage anyone that has any kind of feedback to actually maybe be present to sort of put their points across. However, I was able to speak with a member of the Chamber of Commerce yesterday about it. And basically, and I was concerned about the same thing, as being able to hire people within our community to actually fill these positions. And he said And according to him, that actually is something that they are discussing, and hopefully we can come to some agreement. But like I said, a lot of the particulars that you're talking about, those are things that nothing is set in stone right now. Okay, because the council has to approve everything. So therefore, it's just open discussion, and we'll see where we can get, to some type of agreement. So yeah, I've heard a lot of different things about it too, but hopefully we can come to an agreement that works for the community and everyone involved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Hayes, you have a...
Yes, Vice Mayor Kilgore, thank you for the information. I just want to ask, so when all things come to, fruition and it's ready to move, will there be a heavy consideration to those businesses who are historically underused businesses? And do we have are we encouraging people to become a part of, this? Because I think the city had a hub for historically underused business where they could become a part of that vending list.
Well, what they're actually doing, it's going to be just like a commission. You have board members, and the board members, we're still in the process of trying to decide how we're going to select those board members. What are the qualifications and how to, of course, if you go to the chamber's website, they sort of have an outline, but like I said, nothing is set in stone. So those are things we're discussing now as far as who gets to participate from what areas, but we're trying to make it as diverse as possible so that everyone in the community feels like they have a voice in it.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, anyone else have any questions, concerns? Okay, so we'll move on to unfinished business. With the Pack Square, I really don't have any update right now for the Pack Square since the last meeting. So we'll move on to number 5, which is new business, what we talked about. I had a question about, I don't know, maybe Mr. Hayes, you were probably here when we were talking about marketing and branding. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Yes,
the time before. Yes, we were told that we have to get approval from city council to get branding, and then we were told that we couldn't brand or market as an individual commission.
Okay.
So that's what we were told before. Now, I think Selah was going to see about getting some information about what we can do now.
Yes, Salam and I am Merit City Liaison. So I haven't been able to obtain that information, but my understanding is that the branding and marketing, because it is a city and county commission, you would not be able to brand and market at this time. And so we talked about being able to get items to go on like tables, right? And it would be the city's logo, the county's logo, and the name of the commission. That would be the extent.
So no social media, nothing like that.
I need to confirm that. So I can't speak to that at this moment.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Hayes.
Commissioner Hayes here. So if we were to try to have something ready for Saturday so we can table the event, could we utilize funding that we already have to, to find someone to get these shirts made with both of the logos and then just the African American Heritage Commission on those shirts?
That's a great question. I don't have the answer to that question, but I am going to reach out right now as we're in this meeting and see if I can get you a response.
Okay.
Thank you.
And okay, one more thing. So with both of the logos on there, and so it just has to say African American Heritage Commission with both logos. So does it have to be a certain font? Are we regulated to the fonts that we can use for it to say the African American Heritage Commission? Are we regulated to colors? Are we regulated to schemes?
So I'm taking all those questions down. And I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can.
Okay.
Worst case scenario is if I can't get you what you need before. So you're speaking of April 27th. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just being clear. Okay, great. No, that's perfect. I think we should be able to get you all the response by then, and that should give you enough time to get what you need. Budget wise, I am not sure how that $10,000 is allocated, as if or if there's any restrictions on what you can use it for, but I will find that out as well.
All right.
Any more questions? As far as what we talked about in the last meeting? Comments?
You mean on the marketing and branding?
Yes.
Oh, no, that's it for me.
Mr. McAfee? Okay. Ms. Devereaux?
No, I don't have any questions around marketing and branding.
Okay. Any more suggestions? We're talking about, so you okay, Ms. Devereaux?
Yeah, I mean, for around that perspective, yeah, I didn't really have anything around too much of marketing and branding other than looking at the committee and events.
Okay. Salam Anaya Merritt.
All right, he got it this time. Thank you. I do have a question. So what are we looking to purchase? I know that we want, is it a tablecloth? Is it a banner? Just to be clear, I know you said t-shirts, Commissioner Hayes, but is it also a banner?
Yes, table skirt, banner, tent, things that's going to stand out and, protect us as we're out, in the hot sun doing our thing, as we're at different events. But yeah, we do want to be recognized and be noticed so that people are drawn to our tent to gather information.
Right. So I think I can get a tent from Parks and Recs for you. That way you don't have to spend money for that. So I can reach out to Parks and Recs about the tent because they're already providing tents to the Reparations Commission. So I think you should be good with that. So banner, tablecloth, tents.
Yeah, or table skirt, with the logo and African American Heritage Commission on the table skirt.
Right.
At least two. So we got one for information, one for, other things.
Okay.
Nice little setup.
How many t-shirts are you looking at?
I think 2 apiece for each commission member.
Okay.
I don't know about anybody else. I swear. Plus, I got to MC the show. Yeah.
Okay. All righty. Thank you so much.
You are.
I have a question. The photos that we took prior, some of the members are not on that photo. Should we move forward with that, or we should change? Because they're not on there.
Yeah, we got to change.
So is it, Mr. Jones, is there any way we can take a new photo? I know we've been here before.
Yes, it's always a chance to do an updated photo. We just need a date when everyone all can agree upon to meet together, and we can snap a few photos from there. So there's no problem with us doing that.
And is it possible that we have maybe those cue cards for the 27th as well?
I don't know if the cue cards.
Oh, it's the same thing, isn't it? The pictures.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if the cue cards could be done prior to the 27th. However, but we still have several of the older ones that still have the same contact information as on the card. It does mention that the commission is consistent of 9 members, and currently it just has 5 individuals and 2 of them which are no longer on the board.
Right.
But the information on it is still valid, so it can still be passed out to community.
Okay. Very good. Anything else?
Well, I'd just like to give an update. Tiffany had reached out to me a few months ago about trying to get art, some type of, a Black art in the airport. I have been in conversation with the airport representative. She did inform me that right now everything's been put on hold because of all the new construction that's going on out there, but she is aware, and I will stay in touch with her and I will keep you posted. Okay? Because that was a great idea she came up with. So greatly appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Would you happen to know what happened with the street naming thing that we suggested?
You're not talking to me, no? Because I haven't heard anything about it.
Oh, okay. Do you remember hearing anything about it? Anybody on the commission? As far as
Repeat that question, please.
the street naming, you remember we're supposed to be doing naming some of the newest streets after African Americans.
Yes.
And it sounded like it was, it was a go, and then
I think probably what we need to do is probably check with Brenda on passing that information, get Salah updated with that information. She was the one that was sort of spearheading that. I was under the impression.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. I've noted that. Thank you.
Is there any more new business? Ms. Deblo, you had some more concerns about something else? I'm sorry.
No, not concerns, but just a conversation around getting going that engagement committee.
Yes, that's what it was. Okay.
And then the revisit of our last conversation around just kind of like reigniting what we're doing, and not necessarily redefining it, but just really getting a strategic plan laid out as we move forward so that when we do show up to festivals, we have a place to send people to, like we have a call to action or we have some business around what we have going on, even if it is just supporting what's already currently happening.
Okay.
I know part of that was talking, going back to look at our work plan and kind of fleshing some of that out and having some new goals for 2024.
Thank you. Mr. Hayes?
Commissioner Hayes here. So yes, I would, Tiffany, I so agree with that. I think we have this opportunity to not only connect with more of our African-American service providers, as well as those organizations that are out, doing work that are involved with the arts and the culture and the livelihood of Black Asheville. But I think it's important to get other information out. That's why I brought up the historically underused businesses. I know the city had an arm that was, getting people to register as historically underused businesses. And this, I found out about this 10 years ago. And I'm just wondering, because there was a lot of push for it, we need to, have information on how to move that way, information on, the state of reparations, like connecting with organizations that are really embedded in the business of Black Asheville. Mr. Jones and I were at the community opioids meeting, right? Like serious conversations need to be had around that. We got a lot of organizations that's serving school-aged children. Summertime is coming up. Like we need to, and that's why I say, Tiffany, and I think, I saw you at the community health working meeting today. It's going to be so important for us, to do the work as a group. But like some of us are in spaces that are already, attached to a lot of these organizations. Why not, we should start gathering information of not only events, but service providers and all of that, so that we can have these things at this table, so that we can show that we are in, that we're really in collaboration with other organizations. And that's why I say it's important for us to really be seeing on Saturday, hopefully at both events. I can't do both events. Like I said, I'm emceeing the show, but if I wasn't, I was gonna go check out the violin conspiracy author for a couple hours or so, because I'm interested in what the book is about. But also I'm interested in like just understanding those being those places, right, that can start gathering information and giving information so that, you know, we are being seen as doing some constructive work.
I totally agree.
Salamanaya Merritt?
Thank you, Chair. So I want to make a comment. Last week, Mr. McAfee asked the question about what does the AAHC do?
Mm-hmm.
I think you all also need to be clear on that, because as you're out there and you're doing this work and you're representing this commission, we need to be able to respond to what that is, right? We need to have something to respond to. So I think as you all think about this work and you think about your strategic plan and you put together maybe a script of when you're out in community speaking to people, so that it is like one united voice and we're all saying the same thing.
Same thing.
Right? When you're out there. So I think that's part of your strategic plan, is making sure that you understand what the charge is and you all do have your goals kind of strategically written out and planned. And so what's they say, one band, one sound.
That's it.
Right? And so being able to do that. So just wanted to lift that up.
Thank you. Mr. Hayes?
Commissioner Hayes here. Yes, Chairman Griffin, and we have to, okay, so I know we went through this process of changing, like, you know, our call to action, our mission statement. We have to go back to the one that existed before we went through the change, because remember, we didn't get it voted on. It didn't go through the right process. So I think with the old cue cards, it has our, Mr. Jones, could you clarify, we have our mission statement on the old cue cards that we're going to be, that we're going to have access to?
Yes, currently right now, what it reads is the commission consists of 9 members. 3 of those members are appointed by Asheville City Council, 3 are appointed by Buncombe County Board of Commissioners, and 3 are appointed by 6 appointed members. The commission is to advise the City Council and County Commissioners about interpretation and promotion of African American arts, history, and culture. And then it says the African American Heritage Commission generally meets on the second Thursday of each month at 4:30 virtually. And it says to learn more, visit our public input page by scanning the QR code or contact us at aahcavl@publicinput.com. And it just has some web address as well.
So is that do we want to change that?
No, we can't.
Right.
And we have to get it. So we had changed it to add some more, but to me that kind of encompasses what we're doing: history, art, and culture. We're talking culture, bro. Culture encompasses all of the things that we're trying to do for right now. But I think we all need to have, like, we all need to know that part. We all need to know what the call is. So I guess the sooner we get those, the sooner we get those cue cards and start learning, start rehearsing, then we're gonna be all right.
We can definitely get that language to you before the cue cards, right? Just so you all can become acclimated with the language.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anything else? Mr. McAfee? You good? Ms. Debelow?
No, I'm good.
You're good. All right. Is there anything else that we're leaving out that we? No, you wanted to talk about some of the actions, right, Ms. Debelow?
Yes. Well, really just honestly going right back to what Salah just mentioned as far as having even like an elevator pitch on who we are and what we do, like just really solidifying some of the core components of the African American Heritage Commission. But then, identifying maybe three goals, 1 to 3 goals that we could commit to, especially even if it's some goals that that's been lingering, that we could kind of attach to so that we could see some completion of a few things. And I don't know if this is the time and space for it, or if we figure out how, I don't know, my head is a little bit all over the place right now because I just got some information. And so let me just take a moment and just say, I think we should figure out how we're going to identify a few goals to make sure that when we communicate to the community and stakeholders, that it's clear who we are and what we do.
Thank you. Mr. Hayes?
Thank you, Commissioner Devereaux. Commissioner Hayes here. Tiffany, we're actually, one of the things that we said we wanted to do was to make people aware of who we are and what we're doing. And that was always first on the list. And I think we're doing that. And we could all show up in some type capacity on Saturday at either event, right? Second way we can definitely show up is at the city council meeting. Another way we can show up is at the reparations meetings, right? So I think, us showing up and letting people know that we exist, that was always the top priority. And I think we're on our way of doing that.
I totally agree. And yes, and that streamlines a lot of, just the muffle.
Yeah, I agree. Salah Manaya Merritt.
Thank you, Salamanaya Merritt, City Liaison. To add to that, I would suggest or recommend that you all again come up with a list of events that right? And then determine who can, because maybe all of you cannot attend, right? So kind of like the calendar that we have for the reparations community engagement, develop some type of calendar and determine who can attend where to be able to speak, to get the word about who you are and what you're doing. I think that would be helpful.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any suggestions how we go about doing that? Members? Mr. Hayes?
Don't they have that in Google Docs or some type of, can we have some type of document with our calendar on it or shared calendar that we can each put events on and say we can be there through our, I don't know, is that possible?
So something can definitely be created. If you need something created, I can work with you all, or I can have you all create it, send it to me, and I can provide feedback. Yeah. Because remember, I said I wanted you all to, just to ensure that you are being engaged. This is your commission, right? But I'm here to support in any way that I can. So if one of you can come up with it, and then I can definitely provide some feedback, and we can create a Google Drive that has your docs in it. And that way you can go in and out and update as needed. So it's shared with everyone on the commission.
That sounds good. Mr. Jones, thank you.
And it's Leonard, and I'll just kind of putting things out for y'all just to think about in terms of being out in community and sharing with community. I know on the county side, we have the county is currently starting in like May and over the summer working on a next 5-year strategic plan. So really kind of getting community to give input and impact, input and their opinion on what the next direction for the next 5 years could potentially be in terms of the county commissioner setting that strategic plan. So that's some events coming up. Also currently with our school system, Buncombe County, the General Assembly has sent a request for Buncombe County schools as well as Asheville City schools to do some community engagement about a feasibility study of merging those into one school system. And so some of that community engagement will also be happening over Right now, it currently sound like some of the initial dates may be around the summertime. However, that is kind of having an impact on our children and how that's going to impact if they do merge into a Buncombe County school system and resolve one or the other. So that engagement is coming up. So really having our community aware of those opportunities that's going to impact our community will be a great way that the African American heritage could kind of show up and be out informing as well as bringing people to those tables to voice our perspective on those huge issues that's going to impact our community going forward.
Definitely.
Yes. Anything else? Have we accomplished what we supposed to accomplish in this meeting today?
I think we did, Chairman Griffin. I think we hit on the points that we wanted to hit on. Didn't have enough here for a vote, but I mean, we got clarity on branding and marketing, got clarity on events, we got clarity at least on our first step of what we need to do as a commission, and that's start to be recognizable in our community.
Okay, sounds good. Anything else?
Yeah, if I didn't say this before, man, I'm hosting the I'm hosting the reparations jamboree. Now listen, man, y'all tell a friend and tell a friend. Come on out, we're gonna have a good time. Yeah, and I can't wait to see you there.
All right.
That's my unselfish plug.
Ms. Merritt?
Yes, I just want to go over the homework.
Thank you.
So what I would suggest, because Ms. Debelow, Commissioner Debelow, spoke on identifying 3 goals, that you all just separately send me over an email of your suggestion of what the goals are. I can put it into a table and then share it with you all.
Okay.
Right. The other thing is to create the draft calendar of events and get that sent over to me. I'm not sure if it's going to be 1 or 2 of you working together on that, but if you can get that together and get that sent over to me, then I can review that as well and provide any feedback and any support that you all may need. And again, I will follow up with the branding and the goal, the $10,000. And see if there's any restrictions on that funding. I don't think there is, but I will confirm. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Jones?
And I also would like to remind, once y'all have your goals and some events set up, it's always an opportunity with the county every 2 weeks. Zakia and myself are on WRS where I tapped in. So once y'all have some dates and events that y'all having and your goals, y'all always more welcome to come. Set a date and come and do a recording. And for the county, it runs for 2 weeks, however, but we also make it a podcast as well as on our YouTube channel for BCTV. So that's another way increase some visibility. So once y'all have that clarity on what y'all want to move forward on, particularly in the summer or early fall, we definitely welcome y'all to join us. It's usually just 30 minutes and we do it every other Wednesday. And if we need to move the date, sometimes they allow us to pre-record sometimes. So that's another option once there is a better clarity and y'all just, getting yourself back out there and letting the community know. That's always an opportunity that we more than welcome y'all to participate in.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Hayes, I'm sorry.
Commissioner Hayes here. Mr. Jones, when are the county council, the council meetings?
When are they? Let me double check, but I think it is the 2nd and 4th Tuesdays. I know recently they moved, I think we have moved to where one of those Tuesdays may be earlier in the day and the other one's at 5, but let me double check while we're still on this call to make sure I get y'all the correct information.
Okay. And Vice Mayor Kilgore, when are the city council meetings?
You're muted.
Yeah, but ours is on the 2nd and 4th Tuesday, 5:30. I think is it, Leonard?
And they're alternating. So I think you are the first and the third.
We're the first. We're the
I think the county is the first and the
first
third.
and third. Yeah, okay. That's what I was going to say. Yeah. And so we're the second.
Okay,
Okay.
got it.
Yes. Okay. So, Ms. Devilo, you and I on the calendar? Yay. All right. I think that's about, I guess, is that it? We're gonna move forward.
Is it anyone?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Public comment?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I
that's
was
what I
going to
was
say.
getting.
There, yeah.
Yeah.
Double checking now, and no, we do not have any callers in the queue.
All right. So again, any more future agenda items? Are we square? Good.
What is our next meeting?
Next meeting. Well, we're getting there. The next regular meeting is scheduled Thursday, June 13th, 2024, and it will remain virtual. Check the City Engagements Hub for more directions on how to participate. I will now adjourn the meeting unless there's any objections.
So we're gonna save the information on those who are applying for these positions. We're gonna save that for the June meeting.
The information.
Yeah, do we have any new members, community members apply for a position on the commission?
Ms. Gross?
Yeah, so at the upcoming, I believe it's the May 13th council meeting, council will be making appointments. You have already made the recommendation, and that recommendation was approved by the Boards and Commissions Council Committee. So likely in May, council will make that appointment. So you should have that new member for your June meeting. And then we are currently advertising for another seat. So please, please, please share with your networks.
Absolutely. Councilwoman Kilgore, did you?
No, Sarah already gave me the information. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Anything else? No? I will now adjourn the meeting. So adjourn. Have a good
Great one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.